This is our website, where you can scroll all the way to the bottom to find a link to open your Bitget account. On the Bitget website, you can enter your email address or phone number as a login and sign up with a secure password. Our channel is completely free. You can support us by using this referral code, which is automatically selected if you open the page via our link. Once you've opened the account, there's one more verification, and then you're in. On Bitget, there are a few more simple verifications, as well as the option to deposit funds, which I've skipped for this video. You'll find the Futures button at the top left. Click on it and open USDTM Futures. Once you're in, you have full access to all trading functions. Up here on the right, you can enlarge the screen. You then have an overview of the entire history of the currency you'd like to trade. You see highs and lows in the chart, but they aren't relevant for our strategy. It's still exciting to look at the chart in different time frames to observe breakouts or price cascades. This gives you a better feel for the market phases. Up here on the left, we have the option to change the time frame of this table. This gives you a better sense of how movements build up. If you wanted to enter right at this point, you could also copy the price directly. But we're not going to do that. Our strategy works perfectly without this chart, so let's close the large window and focus on our strategy. Emotionality ruins most people on the stock market, so we need logical decisions. What we do for that is we go over here to the right side and enter the amount we'd like to invest. I still had 12 USDT on this test profile, so we're playing around with those now. It's extremely important to set the take profit and stop loss, because everything we do is based on that. We could already set the take profit to 100%. However, it's extremely important to set the margin mode to isolate it before we open anything, otherwise we'll lose control over our assets. We don't need the chart for that. Instead, we go to the basic settings. To do that, we click the button up here and set the setting to isolated. That is extremely important. Then we set the leverage to 1x for the take profit and stop loss, as our strategy always starts stress-free without leverage. So back to it, we specify how much we want to invest. Let's provisionally set the take profit to 100% and the stop loss to 10%. Both of these are temporary. We'll open the trade anyway. To trigger it faster, we can adjust the price by looking at the chart to see how high it is. Then we can use that value. Once we press the green button and the specified purchase price is reached, we'll see the purchase being triggered. Down here, we'll find all the important data regarding our purchase. We can find the margin right here. This plays an important role in the strategy later on, as we'll see later in the video. It looks like I forgot to set the take profit and stop loss, so I'll quickly select them again here. I'm using the same values as before, so 100% take profit and 10% stop loss. As I said, we'll stay rational and stick to the strategy, never getting emotional. Now, if we enlarge the chart again, we can see at what level we made the purchase. We see a red line here below the green line. Here you can see that I didn't do anything wrong after all, and now have 2 stop losses, so I'll delete one. We can grab and move it, which also plays an important role in our strategy, as we'll see later. Now we just have to wait and see how the price develops. Now over 10 hours have passed, and as you can see, the price has moved up, which is great for us. This means we've currently made a profit. If we make the chart a bit smaller, we see the take profit at the top, which I've adjusted slightly. And at the bottom, we see the stop loss, which we can grab and move closer to the original purchase price. I'll quickly adjust the chart so we can see how close the price is to the purchase price. The larger I make the chart, the clearer you can see that I can grab the stop loss and set it above the purchase price. And from this moment on, I'm 100% safe from losses. How high we go with the stop loss here is up to you to decide. You just have to keep in mind. The closer you get to the current price, the higher the probability that the stop loss will be triggered. You'll make some profit then, but you could have definitely gotten a bit more out of it. The stop loss is set correctly. We're safe. So let's get to the actual magic. If you shrink the chart again, you can scroll down to the purchase info and see this 1x here. That's the leverage. If you click on the pencil, you can adjust the leverage, which we'll do right now, and increase it to 2x. We now click on Margin, then on Decrease Margin, and then on Maximum. Now we see what amount we can withdraw and confirm that. Now we have a large part of our capital available again, while the original purchase continues and the stop loss is perfectly set. Since we have our capital back and can continue trading with it, we click directly on Currency at the top left to see what's exciting. Right away, we see a coin with a 10% gain and click on it because I find it interesting. You can see clearly here how the chart looks different than Bitcoin's, but with our strategy, we don't care at all. We select the amount we want to invest again. We update our desired purchase price and open the trade. Then comes our protection again. We set the take profit and stop loss. Same scheme, 100% for the take profit and 10% for the stop loss. Once we've entered both again, we'll confirm the purchase. Now we're already in the game with 2 purchases. That's all there is to it. In future videos, we'll explain why this strategy is so convenient. So follow us and don't miss out on anything else.